Hi everybody, today I want to talk about how to improve children's writing. Many parents say that their child loves reading, but when she is writing, she still doesn't know how to write. Like my child, when she was in the 3rd grade, and she might have been asked to write something, but she would write 3 or 4 sentences before running out of ideas, and it was very succinct. My method to improve your child's writing is as follows. First of all, you need to get your child to read a lot to improve his or her vocabulary, which is the most basic. Then, let me give you an example. One day when I take her the forest to climb a mountain, I ask, if you were asked to write a paragraph of a joyful scene now in the forest, how would you write it? My child said, I see the blue sky above my head, the white clouds and beautiful birds singing peacefully. You can't write a paragraph only about what you see. Do you know how to write about feeling? Like hearing, sight, smell, touch. If you want to set off a happy mood, use words such as your feet rustling in the leaves fallen from a tree. Think of the cool feeling in the water, the soft feeling of walking on the grass, the feeling of touching the rough bark of trees, and so on. And you hear the voice of the bird, you hear the whir of the wind, you smell the smell of a flower, and so on. Now your child must have no problem with 200 words. Now I'm going to talk about how I want to write an argumentative essay. A lot of parents say my kids don't have an opinion, they don't even know how to write it. I'm here to remind parents that if your child has no point of view, is it because you don't usually let your child think at all? Is he or she a thinking child? Are there times when their point of view is what you've imposed on him? That is when you didn't give him independent thinking. Let me give you another example. This time their exam paper is on, do you want to grow up? When she finishes the exam, I asked my daughter how she wrote it. She replied, that's easy. I don't want to grow up, but I also want to grow up. I think she's right about that. You can't have one point of view, you have to have 2 points of view. You have to think about both the pros and the cons. Then you will have more words to write. There are 2 arguments to be made. It's certainly easier for you to have 2 different opinions than to have only one opinion. That means the article will be longer. And it's a little bit more complicated and logical. Why do you want to grow up? I asked her. When I grow up, I will be free, she said. My mum can't make me take a test. I can play games, and I can eat whatever I wish. I'm free to do whatever I want to. I can get out, if I want to, I can buy whatever I want. This is why she wants to grow up. Then I asked her, why don't you want to grow up? You've got rent to pay, you've got work to do, and you've got to go shopping for necessities and money to make. I thought to myself, that's a good idea. It turns out that growing up is not all good. You wouldn't want to grow up because kids are at home, with their parents, safe. You don't have to worry about eating or drinking at home. It is all provided to you. My main point here is to say, when you write an English essay, the key points should be rich, your argument should be strong enough to get the child to think about it. If it's not big enough or complicated enough, you tell him, her things. You have to be multifaceted and 2-sided, good and bad. You need to get into the habit of looking at things this way. You can have different perspectives and often give your child space to think. How about getting them to think instead of you telling them what to do? We can inspire them. Don't do it all. So those are some of my suggestions. I hope it has helped. Thank you all for your interest in improving your child writing ability. Please subscribe to my channel so you can reach me. I wish you all peace and thanks.